try this twice. So this is round 2. But it is, for the replay gang, it is Monday morning. It is Monday morning, right? Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's Monday. Monday, August 4th. Monday morning, August 4th. 0600 in the Central Time Zone for the replay gang. That's when this one's going live. My reefer is in fuel hog, so I apologize if there's a hum. Not really much I can do about that. It's going to be, that reefer is going to be running this whole time. So, it has been an interesting few days. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been kind of like on autopilot the last few days. In terms of freight, I've been just absolutely on autopilot. What's up, John? Good morning. But yeah, I've been just cruising along, man. I've had these, basically since my last video, since I was in Wichita, Kansas, I've had about 450 mile runs, half of which is empty. And I pick up, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I deliver at 11 or 12 that night, and then go pick up another one. So it's just like, freight wise, I've just been on autopilot. And I've been running nights, not having to do any work during the day. The load's paying pretty good. Of course, they're, sub 600 load, 600 mile load, so they're paying pretty good. So I've been like just on an absolute autopilot for the last few days, like just really no real having to think about it or anything. In addition to that, good morning, Backwoods. What's going on? In addition to that, the weather's been absolutely amazing. Weather has been incredible. So, I mean, you guys all know it. I think I saw on Twitter someone, or X, whatever you want to call it, someone had described it as a temporary ceasefire on summer. That's what I feel like we're going through right now, because if you look at the outlook there, so far it's showing that there is going to be some more heat coming. But the warm and humid nights, that's over with. We're just going to have some hot, humid days here in the Midwest, allegedly here in a week or so. But yeah, we're currently in a ceasefire with summer, and it's incredible, especially for me working at night. I've had like 60, 61, 62 degrees. In fact, a couple nights ago, I think it was Friday night, when I was fueling, it was almost, I was talking to some of the guys about this, it was almost cool enough to where I could have worn a light zip up hoodie. So, it's a weird, like, we had a hot as hell July, and then we're August. This is the coolest August I think I've experienced since I've been trucking. But anyway, let me get to the point of this video, and if you guys have any questions. I know there won't be a big crowd this morning. Everybody's getting into their week. I've been working all weekend, so the only thing Monday about this morning is that there's a little bit of traffic that I didn't have the last 2 days. So it doesn't feel like the start of a week to me. I've been working all weekend. But anyway, what I want to bring up, and then I'll try to catch up on some of these comments for the replay gang. This truck stop that I'm in, I swear to you, now it's 0600 in the morning, okay? This truck stop is probably 25% full. The Loves that I stopped at, I stayed in the Loves in Ina, whatever that is in Illinois. I stayed there yesterday, and then I went south and I stopped there again on the way up to fuel there this morning. And so that was at like 4 o'clock this morning, something like that. That Loves at 4 o'clock this morning was half empty. I mean, if you wanted a straight back corner spot, you could have gotten it at 4 o'clock this morning. You could have picked one of 5 of them. And we were talking about this, I think, on Friday night or Thursday or Saturday night on driverdiscord.com. We've been having these long 8-hour all night voice chats with, 8 or 10 of us, and everybody was kind of agreeing that in the Midwest, I can't speak to the Northeast, I can't speak to Florida or the West, but all across the Midwest for the past week and a half, 2 weeks for me, I can park almost anywhere I want at any hour of the night. I'm not really sure what to make of that. I know FreightWaves is putting out a lot of data that's showing, I think this week is down freight volumes are down 12% as opposed to last year. So the freight itself is down 12% year over year. So it's bad. And basically, they've got all the data that's showing that, in fact, I think he said yesterday that he didn't expect a correction to the upside until 27. So it does make me wonder if, if a lot of these drivers are just getting off the road, if there's just not money to be made, because for August, and I know this is not a big season freight-wise, but it's also not the slowest. And the fact that you can park across Illinois, Indiana, a lot of parts of Missouri that I've seen, Kentucky, basically anywhere you want at any hour of the day with premium spots available. And I say premium, not premium in terms of having to pay for them, but premium in their location, is pretty baffling to me. For the first week of August and last week of July, I'm not sure what to make of that. So Replay Gang, leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on that. Are you seeing the same thing if you're in the Northeast or out West? I'd be curious to know, because I've only ran the Midwest for the past 2.5 weeks. And I've had the easiest, honestly, in a lot of these loves, it's felt like Christmas time. And I mean 3 days before Christmas time. It's bizarre. It used to be a month or probably 2 months ago, it used to be that if I was parking at 5:30, that may have been too early. That when I'm rolling into a place, I'm thinking 5:30, that may be too early. It may still be full. Now, if I'm pulling at 5:30, I've got half the truck stop to pick from. I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. So anyway, let me know. Replay Gang, let me know down in the normal comments. Backwoods, 49 degrees in PA right now. Jeez, yeah. Romeo is burning. My wife told me cold front hit South Texas. She said temps hit the low 89. Yeah, that could be a cold front in parts of Texas. G80 Sean, you're right, lady. We could TA Gary. There were plenty of spots open at 2 a.m. Yeah, Gary, Indiana at 2 a.m. Come on, man. And this is not just, I know that we're finishing the weekend, but it's not. In fact, weekends sometimes can be tougher for parking, because a lot of the guys that go home, and gals, that go home for the weekend will leave their trucks and or trailers at truck stops. Whether it, for this whole time that I've been out, this 2.5 week run that I'm on, it doesn't matter if it's weekend or weekday. I could park. I've had so many, in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. a few days ago, I was able to just back into a straight back spot, unblockable, and go in and take a shower at 2 in the morning. Romeo's burning. Last week in Florida, seemed to me truck stops and rest areas seemed to fill up quick in Florida. Yeah, I don't know if I would use Florida as a good comparison, because there's just always so much freight going into Florida, and there's just never enough parking. So, but I'll tell you guys, a lot of these truck stops that I've been parking at are in my normal area for running freight, and I'm very familiar with what times they fill up and what times they don't, and there's just not been a time that they're full. There's my normal spots. Again, second half of July, beginning of August, my normal parking spots that I'm very familiar with how they would be full are not full at all 24/7. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if like I said, maybe people are being washed out of trucking. I don't know. So but I haven't I've done 2 lives here. TA in Brookville, PA wasn't full last night. In Brookville, really? Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. It's not weird at certain times of the year, but it's weird at this time of the year. At least I think it is. Like I've never parked at this truck stop. I don't want to say where I am right now, but I've never parked at this truck stop. This is the first time parking here. But when I was about 2 miles away, and the reason I parked here is because it's next to a grocery store. So I'm going to go get a few items. I need to get a case of water and a few other things. But I was like, man, I hope there's a spot on the side of the truck stop that's right next to the grocery store, because I got to get some water and some things that are going to be heavy. And I don't want to be carrying those things super far. But there was spots right here, right up against the grocery store on this side of the truck. I mean, the truck stop's a quarter full. This is 6 a.m. on a Monday morning. It is a big truck stop, but I don't know, man. Weird times. So I haven't done videos throughout the weekend because I've been really busy. I know this is going to might sound weird to some of you, but on driverdiscord.com, we've got a fantasy football league, which I've never done before. I love football. I'm a Bears fan. Love NFL football, but I've never done fantasy football. And we've got a league, and a 12-team league with a cash pot. And I gotta tell you, I'm taking it way more serious than I thought I would. For my first fantasy football season, and I'm the commissioner of the league, so I'm taking it a lot more serious than I thought I would. Like, I'm finding myself really drilling down into some details that I never imagined that I would drill down into. So I've kind of been, all my extra time's been, first of all, learning how to set up a league and be the commissioner of a league or the manager of a league, whatever you want to call it. Working through how we're going to do scoring and all that stuff, the cash pot, what platform we're using, and our draft is this next weekend. So I've been just completely nerding out on that. I'm excited about football season. I don't really talk about sports on here, and I'm a Cubs fan too, and it's been a fun year to be a Cubs fan. But this is, to me, fantasy football has made the NFL really interesting to me this year, because my Bears team just sucks. Like, when you have a team that's just not fun and exciting, but you want to be fun and excited about football, fantasy football seems to be, I get it. I never understood it before. I get it now, because I am in. So we've been building that, and we're running that on driverdiscord.com, as well as all the normal stuff. But that's why I haven't done videos the last few days. Hey, you guys might get Micah. What is Micah? I don't know what Micah is. Mr. Not Nice. Hey, Kamar. Mr. Not Nice and I have been on the phone. Well, we've been on the Discord talking for a few hours already. I was on Discord last night talking on voice chat for all night. Micah Parsons Parsons, yeah. For some reason, I thought you were talking about a storm or something. 412, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm not going to be on here long. I just needed to get a video up because I've not done one over the weekend. 412, yeah, good night for me. I've been working since 10 o'clock last night. I went and picked up a load in, tell me if you guys have ever been to, I had a really good, I didn't know what to expect, but it's the first time I ever been to this customer to pick up. It is Saputo, I think is how it's pronounced, Saputo Dairy Foods, in Murray, Kentucky, Murray. Didn't know what to expect going in there. There wasn't a whole lot of reviews. There wasn't a whole lot of information. They loaded me in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and immediately had the paperwork ready. Oh, and my appointment wasn't until 7 this morning. My appointment's not for another hour. I've already driven 190 miles from there. So I got there at midnight. They loaded me right away. It's only 20,000 pounds. In and out of there. I from the time that I pulled into that customer to the time that I left was under an hour. Under an hour. Loaded with paperwork, all my depart information, all that stuff. I was gone in under an hour. I think it was like 58 minutes was my total break. All the on duty and off duty and all that stuff. Under an hour. That was an amazing customer. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. Kamar, you're picking up, well, I mean, that would be somewhere in the Northeast, right? I can't speak to, this is the first time I picked up from that brand. So I can't speak to any of the other shippers in their family, but I can tell you that one in Kentucky was incredible. Upstate New York, is that one just as good and fast? Trucker O or Q, is that one? Morning, Eric. Oh, Merks. Hey, Merks. Merks, I was surprised you didn't join the fantasy football league. I'll be honest with you. I know you're a gamer, but I guess I just assumed because you're a gamer that you would be into fantasy football. A dropping hook. Oh, you got a dropping hook at, is it Saputo? Am I pronouncing that right? It's dairy products. You're about to be headed home. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, 412, here's where I'm at right now mentally. I'm willing to drop a trailer and bobtail home. I don't care how far it is. When the loads stop being the way I would like the loads to be. But as long as they just keep showing me these loads every time I go drop off that are exactly the way I like to run them and right about the rate I like to run them at, these easy overnighters, I can't quit them right now. But yeah, I will be home by this weekend. I'll be home this weekend at the latest. So really Friday at the latest. When I deliver tonight, if there's not something like this again, I'm out. I don't care where I am. I don't care how far it is. I'm not going to sit around for a day. But right now, the loads have just been one on top of the other, running them overnight exactly the way I want them, and that's what's kept me out. This guy, Andy, what's up, man? Andy and I have been on driverdiscord.com on voice chat since like 10 o'clock last night. And Andy is in the Driveline Fantasy Football League. Andy knows a lot more about football than I do. He's got it down. So anyway, that's kind of my, but yes, 412, to answer your question, yeah, for sure. If you heard me say I've been out for 2.5 weeks, and you've been a subscriber to this channel for a long time, you know that as of this year, when I hit the 2.5 week mark, it's about time to pack it up and go home. But I told Jenna on Friday or Saturday that if I got into a funk with freight, I was just going to pack it up and go home. So I don't have like a set time to go home. I don't have a home count or anything like that. It's just going to be at whatever point in this week that they try to tell me I need to sit for a day or two or do some crazy deadhead or the kind of load that's got way too much time on it. At any time where that's the option, I'm out. That's when I call it and go home. But yes, it's definitely time. So other than that, man, I don't really have anything to report. And that's another reason I haven't really done videos is I've just been running these unremarkable, easy loads. The last normal video I did was when I was over there in Wichita, Kansas. I went and picked up that load in the caves, and it's just been, unremarkable, normal shit, easy, normal shit. I'll be home this weekend. We were talking about Christmas music. I know it's early, but we were talking about... Andy, what were we talking about? How did we get on that conversation? Oh, I think Brian was talking about how it's just about school season. And then I or someone else made the comment of, oh, and then right after that's the holidays. And it's kind of like, shit, dude, like we are. I hate to say it. I know it's going to piss some of you off. But man, we are getting to the pumpkin spice season. I don't like pumpkin spice, but I'm just saying we're getting to the pumpkin spice season. And then it's the holidays after that. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy to me. 412, oh, so you're doing that little slick trick to get another truck from Success. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm plotting and planning what my moves are going to be to buy another truck, for sure. No, I'm not dropping that yet. I'll do that when I go home. I'll do that video when I go home. Christmas music too. Yeah, the reason we were talking about Christmas music is because, and I think I talk about it on YouTube every year, because Loves continues to do it every year, and it's only Loves. Loves continues to play I'll Be Home for Christmas right up until Christmas Day. They play it in all their stores on Christmas Day. I, for some reason, find that so offensive. If you want to play it like up until 4 or 5 days before Christmas, okay, I got it. But take it off the, get it off the list for the last, because if there's a truck driver that's hearing that song on Christmas Day, they ain't going to be home. Let's see. 412, I'll tell you what, Pedigree Truck Sales, I think, sells most of its equipment to them. I always see a truck and trailer, I assume is Prime. Yeah, I don't go that route. Driving crazy in a pass on backwoods. You're going to stay out December to get something from Prime this year? Hell no. Hell no. Andy so loud, yeah, for sure. To win something? Hell no. I ain't staying out through Christmas. Nope, I'll be home. I'll be home and doing live streams from the studio this Christmas. I ain't, So anyway, what are we at, 25 minutes? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. Hopefully this will give the replay gang something to listen to while you guys drive as a part of your playlist today. I should be, I think, back on regular videos tonight. I'll try to be. 412, it don't matter where you go, Loves plays the same songs across the country except maybe a handful, some that play sort of R&B. Yeah, I think some of them just kind of override, But whatever they do, they should make sure that song is, I'm not saying I'm really offended by it. I'm just saying I've been on the road solo. I don't think it was last year. No, not last year, but the year before, I believe. Yeah, it was the year before, I think. I was at Love's in Florida on Christmas Day. I think that was the year. And I was very obviously not home with my family, and that song was playing in Love's while I was brushing my teeth in the shower, or in the shower room, you know. And it was just like, it was a bummer. It was a bummer to hear that on Christmas Day. Anyway, for the replay gang, let me know in the normal comments down below. Are you guys seeing the same thing out there with parking? And we'll pick up on normal videos on the next one, go from there. Be safe, you guys. Have if one of those here live, have a great Monday, have a great week, everybody. Be safe, make good decisions.